Hello, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors. I thought we would get busy on my idea journal and do the inside front cover. I did add some eyelets to the sides to be able to add a tie closure. I'm not going to do it right now, but I wanted to go ahead and put it in so that I didn't end up making it so that I couldn't add something. Okay. So my inspiration comes from Sara Lee. If you guys have not found her channel, she makes beautiful things and she has an accent. And so an American loves an accent, don't they? So I like to listen to her talk. I think she's from New Zealand. And she makes you guys absolutely beautiful things. So you have to go and check out her channel. So in one of the journals that I saw her do a flip through of, at the very beginning of her journal, I really liked how she just stacked up lots of pockets. I'm going to kind of combine two pages, the front two pages of her journal to come up with what I'm going to put on my front cover today. I'm going to start out with a piece of music paper. And you know, I think I want to do my best to fold it equally. It is 12 inches, you guys, fabulous. So 4 inches, right? Let me go ahead and mark that. Four inches, and I can barely see what I'm doing here. Where is the line? I think it's right there, 8 inches. And I'm going to do my best to be able to see the mark I made. The journal that she was showing, I didn't get it quite right. I don't know how I missed it, but, you know, probably because I was folding on a line I couldn't see. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be right on it. I'm okay with that. Anyway, she was doing a flip through of a 3-ring binder journal. All right. I want to do, okay, I want to put it off to the side a little bit. And I'm thinking, I think I want to make it just, okay. I'm thinking. I'm going to cut this part off. I was thinking about making it a pocket on the back side as well after I do some folding, but I'm going to have so many pockets that I want my journal to still close, you know? So I'm going to just cut off the part that I think I need to replace this little thing on the inside of my cutter. I'm cutting off the part that doesn't have any words to it. And then we're going to fold to the corner. I mean, to the fold that's there, you know, this fold. And then go ahead and do same thing over here. Okay, and we've all seen these pockets. I'm not even sure it's exactly the pocket she did in there, but it's, you know, looks kind of similar. And I'm going to mark it and cut it down here. All right. And let's ink. I don't know. I just re-inked my thing, so it's really, really inky. So you see, I could make it a pocket back here as well. Should I? Maybe I should. Maybe I should. So it's always nice to hold on to your scraps so that you can, I think that's the length of the back, so that you can reinforce papers for pockets, you know. Just the one layer of paper probably isn't quite enough to make it a pocket that's durable enough, but 2, I think we'll do it. So let's go ahead and glue that down. Alrighty. Okay. So let's continue the ink. And ink there. Oh, I already did that side. And let's glue these down. Get this out of the way for a second. I'll go ahead and do just a little ink there on the fold, and then just on the page. And then that makes this pocket, you know, nice and durable. I have no idea what I'm going to put in any of these pockets yet, but I thought I would just start out by making the pockets. Okay, so that will be the first one. Thinking. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a thumb notch, but I think I want to sew here. Okay. Okay, so that'll be one pocket, but I want to add a pocket back here also. And she had done that with, I don't know, some sort of book page. So I have this Butterflies of America book. And so I pulled a page out that would go. And when I found this, I thought, oh, how cool, but all of the images have the wings separated. I don't know how much I like that. I mean, they're all like that. And so I haven't used it much, but since this is my own journal, I thought I would go ahead and use it in it. So I'm going to cut off these edges. Honestly, she would probably leave these edges and grunge them up. Should I? Let me see. You guys, like I'm saying, if you haven't gone over and seen her channel, you need to. It's really, really amazing. She makes really cool stuff. Okay, I should leave it, huh? I should grunge it up and leave it. Yes, I should. So let me see here. I need to have a bigger desk. I definitely need that. I'm gonna reinforce the back of this, And I think I might do my Fabri-Tac because it's probably going to warp this paper if I don't. Okay. So my Invisalign, I went and had an appointment today. Every, I don't know, like month or something like that, you go in and they give you more trays and they check the progress. Well, I guess I have to go backwards with my trays. My upper teeth are moving along with the tray, but apparently my lower is not. They're not quite where they're supposed to be, so I have to go back and repeat a couple of trays, and that means I can't go forward with my upper trays, which is a bummer. I don't think I need this whole page, so I'm gonna shorten it. Let's see here. A little bit, I think. No, actually, I like it like that. But I want my butterfly showing. Okay, so I was just checking to see if I needed to ink the bottom now or later. Another thing I wanted to do is grunge it up just a little bit more. With some gathered twigs. I know those pieces are just going to be like hanging out, but that's a good thing, right? I don't know. It's a good thing, it is. I'm wanting to just grunge this up a little bit. It's not coffee dyed or very old, so. It's kind of like too much the same color now, isn't it? Okay. Wait, I just put the wrong lid. I don't want to do that. Okay, they are kind of the same, but it's okay. It's nice and grungy. Smooth that out a little bit where you can see the marks. Okay. Okay, the next thing will be, she was also working on a page that was bigger, totally a different shape than this. I'm not going to do this yet, but I'm going to put this underneath. Hopefully this doesn't end up being too much. So this will end up popping out like that. She also had, I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to add stuff to it. We'll see if I like it. She also had a small pocket down here. do is just fold it over. And what was really cute, you guys, is that she had, instead of cutting this off, which I normally do, she left it and she put a stamp right there. And that looked really cute, I thought. So I would be going maybe here. And then maybe it was a short pocket. I think I'll go right about there. It's a lot the same color, isn't it? But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I think I might not do that envelope because of how it's going to cover everything up. I think that maybe, I don't know. I need to find a stamp to stamp along the side. Okay. So we're going to give it a little bit of a thumb punch. We're going to give this one a thumb punch. Ink. The ink. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I want stitching. So I'm going to straight stitch here and here before gluing it down, and then probably around it, and then I might do like a zigzag right here. I think that'll be the only stitching. And then I'll look for a stamp. And then I'm going to see about this. I might not like it. It may be just too much. But what I was going to do is find a scrapbook paper and add it to the front. So it would be like pulling out, you know, a different color. And then I have one of these ancient Sizzix dies that does an oval. So I cut this oval out bigger. And then if I do this oval on a piece of scrapbook paper, then it'll cover up my hole. So let me see what I think about that. We'll see. Okay, next day. I can't seem to finish one video in a day anymore. Okay. So I was thinking about like what we were talking about, and I can't even remember. But I know I was going to stamp something on this little guy here. So I found, I don't have a whole, I really don't have a lot of stamps. And so to find something that will fit, you know, it's kind of difficult. But I found something, I think. I'm not sure how much of it is going to show. Because I found something to, like a flower to put on. That's cute. Isn't that cute? I never would have thought to do that. I always just cut that off. So I did a little stitch on that one side only. Okay, so let's glue this stuff down. Sometimes, now this is not very thick, so I printed off some things from the Graphics Fairy website, and there are times when I have, like, I don't know, more things to fit down into a pocket, and I want the pocket to have enough space for what I'm putting down in there. This isn't really fat, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do it anyway because this is an awfully thin piece of paper. So it just kind of gives way a little bit to what you're going to be putting in there. I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but I don't even know how to reword it, so. All right, I want my stitching to show, and I want there to be a little bit, like my stitching down here is what I'm talking about on that page, and up here. And then that's just gonna stick out a little bit. And then we have this one. So I started off by stitching this one, and then I stitched this and I did the zigzag. And then I went all the way around the whole thing, okay? And we're going to glue this one down to where we still have our space for our closure to go in. And we're gonna glue it down as a pocket as well. Let me squish down my threads. I don't know if you can hear that jingle, but my husband's out blowing leaves. My back is still bothering me a little bit, and so I can't really do anything. Normally I do lots of leaf raking and bagging and all of that during this time of year, but not this week for sure. Maybe next week. Maybe it could have been straighter as far as those words go, but maybe it's okay. Okay. And then I have a little tag, again, Graphics Fairy, and I added a little bow. You'll see on the inspiration there was something she had that had a little bow on it, so I thought that would be cute. And then I have just a little journaling card. I backed it onto coffee dyed paper. We're going to put that in this back pocket. Probably would have been easier to do it before that bow was in the way. So that brings the color, you know, back in. And then in the front pocket, I have this one that has a little butterfly that has the color in it as well. And that's just going to stick out a little bit. And then she had something, I don't know what it was, but she had something, I don't know if it was fabric or paper is what I'm saying, to kind of decorate the side of a pocket she had down. So I tore some of the same paper. And you could glue it down as a pocket, but I think I have too many already. And I don't have too many. I have just the right amount. And so I think one more would have just been a little overkill. So we're not going to do one more. I should have plugged my hot glue in, but I'll go ahead and plug it in now and see how we do. Oh, the envelope. I decided I didn't like it. I prepared an envelope. I like the envelope. I'll use it somewhere else in the journal. But when I put it down, it just covered everything up. And it seemed like there was no point in what I was doing back here if I was just going to cover it all up with this envelope. So I decided no on the envelope this time. Okay, and then she had this little guy, and I want all the different like pages to kind of show the corner, this down here. So I'm trying to get it in just the right spot for all the things to show that I want showing. Hopefully I gave myself enough room there. This one might be a little bit tight. Let me kind of squish it out a little bit. I gave it a little bit of space. And I added an eyelet with just a little charm on it, some jute. Cute. Just brings in another color instead of the turquoise or whatever you want to call that, some green. And then I have a little coffee dyed crochet trim, and I'm just not sure. I played with it quite a bit, and I just don't know for sure. I don't know if I like, I don't know what I like. I don't know. I have to leave space for my let me see, I'm gonna stand up. I've had this flower forever. I don't know, you guys. I feel like it needs to be something smaller. All right, I ripped its petals off. I can't say it without laughing. That sounded pretty brutal. I ripped its petals off. That gave my my glue gun a minute to heat up as well. Oh goodness. Let's see here. We're just gonna stick that down. I liked where that was. And a little bit more up here. So it's been a while, but you know, it used to be, people would comment about using hot glue and whether or not it was durable enough to use in our journals. And especially even just in this, I'm adding a little bit more grunge. I have had to pull some things off, and I have had to do some serious pulling to get the whatever I had glued down to come off. So hot glue works. I think maybe the old-fashioned kind of hot glue was not so great. And it also depends on what you're gluing together, I think. But I use the Gorilla. I get these at Walmart, Gorilla hot glue. You guys, it works. So not to worry about that. All right, so that is our first page, the front cover in our idea journal. And I like it. I am very thankful to the lovely Sara Lee for her amazing journal ideas, and please go over and check out her channel and subscribe. I will link her channel, but I'll also link the video where she's doing the flip through, and it's just the first couple of pages that I was looking at. The envelope was from this page here, and so I didn't use that. So I guess it's just inspired by the front cover. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.